I'm Olga Chagaotdinova, Russian-Canadian artist, living in different countries and exploring different ideas and doing visual research in domesticity, human existence in panopticum society and or in panopticum environment, and performing for the video installations. For the X-border Biennale, I'm presenting work titled The Zone, and it's the collection of photographic portraits taken in the prison of the Russian Far East. This is the unique opportunity for me to place the work outside of the walls, any kind of walls, even the gallery walls. Place the portraits in the nature, because the essence of the work or the weight that the portrait is carrying is very heavy. And for me, it's the first time, one of the first time when I was able to put the work outside and have a completely freedom. Because when we talk about ideas of borders, in some way we think about something very concrete, that we can draw the line. But actually borders in our contemporary or modern life is so fluid. They're totally fluid. When we talk about borders, it means that we talk about how they change and how they disappear. So in some way, the project that I'm presenting at X-border Biennale is the project that has both sides. It has very concrete attachment to the borders, which is the zone, which is the prison, and where the woman and people exist. And it's a very physical, you can feel, you can sense all these borders that are around physically and emotionally and mentally. But in some way, when I'm taking out these portraits outside in the nature, borders disappear, but they still exist. So it's like, I think, in a way, I'm talking about very big things, that borders, we need borders to break them up. And then when we break the borders, we build the borders again. I think it's somehow embedded in human psychology or vision that we need something to be attached, because it's very hard to, or maybe it's not hard, maybe we didn't learn how to live without borders. You know, like our houses having borders. Everything is framed, so we need this kind of grounding moments. But the question in terms of prisoners and this project is how far the border can go into the human life. So that's what for me is interesting. And the process of showing the images for me that was the most important one. So I think it's the moment of my personal growth. Somehow, I was thinking about it yesterday when we got back home, that I have no desire for openings, for crowd, even to say that I have a show. For me, the most important thing is that I was able to put images outside and just let them be with nature. And of course, I'm very curious and excited to see what's going to happen in 3 months, because of the weather condition, because of the many different conditions in this particular part of the world, and because such a long time. It's a luxury, actually. So this is, for me, few things that I find super interesting and experimental in a way. For me, it's like a laboratory right now. I'm working in a laboratory, and at this stage of my life, I'm ready for mistakes, for accident, for defaults, for whatever happened, whatever life will take. So I'm you know, like all the project that I'm doing, doesn't matter if I'm photographing apartments or houses in Cuba or in Russia, or if I'm photographing or observing prisoners. It's all about me, actually. I'm reflecting and I'm thinking, okay, what was my reaction? What did I see, what I didn't see? And I'm enjoying that at this moment of my life, when one of the dreams come true, that I was able to bring prisoners. This is my artistic act. I was able to bring them outside the prison. I feel so content about it. It's very emotional for me. But it's like the quiet loudness that I was talking another day about quiet. This is for me right now, but it's inside me. I feel that somehow. And and it's absolutely pleasure to observe how they change on the canvas or on the fabric, with the change of light, with the change of weather, and they do breathe. That's for me, that's the most beautiful thing, that they do breathe.